Hello again, it's Tony. This time I'm going to be restoring old weight plates, getting the rust to the point where it doesn't matter because these are going to be a gift. So let's get this started. I'm going to try to do things easier. Use a wire brush with power tool, basically the drill. Try to get as much of the bigger stuff off first. And I also bought some spray paint that is supposed to be the good stuff, and I've used it before and it is in fact the good stuff. It really does well with rust. So I'm not going to go overboard with trying to remove all the rust because the paint that I bought will make that so it doesn't really matter. Of course, you see me wearing proper safety equipment with the gloves, with the mask. This is N95 mask I got before the pandemic. It's the better kind. You want to wear one of these because of all the dust, iron coming off of this, that's rust, as well as these little fibers on the end of here. They can dislodge and go in your eye. So you don't want that, obviously. Anyways, I'll probably be cutting out the footage in a little bit anyway, so. Oh, and of course that's really loud. So ear protection. All right, let's go. And just so you can see just what the wire brush power tool can do, this is a particularly rusty one. And the top, I just spent a few minutes with the wire brush, and this is the bottom, which is the before. So yeah, it's definitely helpful. Let's continue. I wanted to add here that you can also do rust removal with a wire brush that is a hand wire brush, but it takes a really long time. It's really labor intensive and it doesn't do nearly as good of a job as if you're using some type of power tool. You can also use a very common staple, which is just soaking the whole thing in vinegar. This tends to remove a lot of rust and makes things look really pretty decent. It takes time though. You have to usually let it stay overnight for there to be a good amount of rust away. Also, what you can be doing is removing rust with vinegar, and you take some aluminum foil and you rub the aluminum foil all over the weight with the use of vinegar at the same time. That can also get quite a bit of the rust off as well. So if you don't have a power tool, you can still get this rust off with those methods. All right, let's continue. All right, all of them have been brushed off with the wire brush. Now it's time for the actual spray painting. I'm in my garage right now because there was a possibility of potentially being rain, so I didn't want to do that. But this is the stuff I'm going to be using. The Rust-Oleum Rust Reformer. I've used this in the past on other weights. It works the best. $5.98, Home Depot. Don't go cheap and buy like the $1 rattle cans or just the regular spray paint. Go and get this stuff because it actually does the job of covering up the rust. Okay, it's not really worth your time if you're not doing the right stuff. So get this. Wearing now some gloves, and yeah, it's looking pretty filthy, but I don't care. Okay, all done. Now we gotta play the waiting game and paint the other side. And I don't know. I'm gonna go do something else and be right back. Bye-bye. Okay, so I have spray painted the other side. I had to move them around a little bit because I had to get my car in, but no rain in sight. And next is going to be the matte clear enamel from Rust-Oleum. I've used this in the past on weights, and it tends to help keep the paint from chipping off. Lets it get wet a little bit without having to worry about another bit of rust coming on. So let's go ahead and get that done. Okay, so here they are, all done up. Got clear coat, the matte clear enamel on both sides, so they're looking pretty good at this point. So far cry away from what they were like originally. Now they have all these raised letters, and you could theoretically paint those as well. I would recommend using a small artistic type paintbrush with simple white paint, but you don't have to use white paint. If you just use white paint, it just kind of matches up with what's typically the way these weights are sold. Also, you could use a nail polish, which I've used before, but I chose not to. I have other things to do with my time than go ahead and paint all these letters up, especially when I'm considering these are just going to be lifted for exercise, and your muscles don't know the difference if the letters have paint on them or not. So that's it for this video. Please be sure to check out my other videos on the channel. Like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff, and I hope to see you soon again in the future. Bye-bye. And here's just a final look at some before and after weights. It's amazing how much better things can look after just the simple steps that I put forth in this video. So be sure to look for more, and hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.